Welcome to this episode of Dream Makers, everybody. We've got an action-packed episode coming up. And you know what? Rather than tell you about it, editor, how about we just show them? Let's go ahead and give them a little sneak peek right now. Now, I told you it was going to be action-packed. You're going to want to stick around. We're about to get this show started. Now, there are not many types of hunting that I don't like. I pretty much love hunting everything. But there is one animal out there that is my absolute favorite, and it's no secret. It is the turkey. I absolutely love hunting turkeys. And sure enough, this next hunt, we're going turkey hunting. Now, you probably don't think of North Dakota when you're thinking of a good place to hunt turkeys. But let me tell you something, the guys from the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, they hunt there all the time with their recipients, and they actually have a lot of success. So our recipient on this hunt, his name is Bret, and he's actually done a lot with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation in the past. And that's the beautiful part of OAF, is that it's one big family. You know, it's not a one and done type of deal.
I'm Bret Dolan from Harwood, North Dakota. I was at the Roger Maris Cancer Center for my treatment, and I was approached by the receptionist, and she was telling me that I should really join or look into it. Contacted Brian and Mike there at the Adventure Foundation, and they were glad to tell me all about it. So I went on a Cyrus Bay Resort fishing trip in July at Lake of the Woods, so that was my first encounter with them. I don't know, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer in mid-November of 2015, and had surgery on that, and then a month later I found out I needed chemotherapy, so I did that for 2 months, and it didn't go too bad. It was pretty well, and everyone treated me pretty great at Roger Maris, and I was pretty happy how it all turned out. So I've been in remission for probably since May now, so it's been good. It's been nice to be able to get out and get back to normal life and hunting, fishing, and all that good stuff.
We're going to have a young man, 20 years old, Bret Dolan from North Dakota. I believe this is going to be his first wild turkey hunt. So we're looking forward to it. There's a lot of turkeys right around here, and there's a lot of deer. There's a lot of geese. We are right on the west side of the Red River that splits Minnesota and North Dakota. One of our good supporters, he's seen some real trophy toms, so hopefully Bret Dolan, our OAF recipient, is gonna get one of them this weekend.
So now Bret's sitting there and he starts seeing a little bit of action. It's just not the action he's hoping for. He's seeing deer, and he's actually seeing a lot of geese. Now, if you're not a turkey hunter, you might be thinking, I don't want to be seeing geese when I'm turkey hunting, but geese aren't necessarily the worst thing in the world. There's a thing when you're turkey hunting, it's called locating the birds. And there are animals that make great calls to do this. It makes them shot gobble on command. Owls are great for this, crows are great for this, and geese are great for this. There's something about toms, when they hear that loud noise, they just want to hammer gobble. And hopefully the geese are gonna get the toms talking. So Bret's in the blind and he looks up and he sees some redheads heading his way. Now that's what you want to see when you're turkey hunting, redheads, because you know that that means it's a gobbler. The only question is it a mature gobbler or not? And unfortunately, What Bret has on his hands are a couple of jakes. So there's a big debate out there about whether you should or shouldn't shoot jakes. And my take on it is, as long as you're having fun, it's fine to shoot either. I've killed a couple jakes in the past and there's nothing wrong with it at all. As long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters. That being said, Bret is looking for that trophy tom. So he's gonna sit back, not putting his finger on the trigger, and hope that one shows up. All right, so now Bret has seen pretty much every type of bird that is known to man. He's seen geese, he's seen woodpeckers, he's seen hen turkeys, he's seen jake turkeys. About the only thing he hasn't seen is a tom. But that is the beautiful part about hunting is because even if you're not having any luck, it can change like that.
Oh, that's a good gobble.
Yeah.
I don't think that was those jakes.
Oh, they weren't talking earlier.
No. They're really barking now. Check out the back. No, we got something coming.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a shot.
These dreams were made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Ingolstadt Foundation, and Shields. So our hunter Bret has just been ambushed by two toms, and they're getting in pretty close. And even though you want a turkey close, you don't want them too close because you don't want them seeing you. So he's got to make a decision pretty dang quick.
Wait. I just want to see what he does.
So Bret drops this turkey, no problem. But the other tom, he actually doesn't run off. He kind of sticks around. And he starts doing something called flogging. It's a territorial thing where one of them goes down, they actually start beating up on that weak bird to get it out of the flock. And it's pretty interesting.
Come over, let's look at the spurs and stuff.
Right on. Nice dandy turkey on a beautiful day. I'd say 9-10 inch beard. She's a beaut. I'm proud of her.
You had them lined up pretty good. I mean, you could have probably shot them both with one shot.
Yep. Yeah, I pretty much could have. That'd been sweet. Yeah, no, I had them both lined up like that, and you're like, take the front one. Now he's in the back. And then the one ducked under, and boom. He was looking right at me when I shot at him.
Do you think you got the biggest out of one of the two?
Oh yeah, yeah. We were able to put something on the plate.
On the wall, you mean?
Oh yeah, that too.
We'll have to buy you a butterball to eat.
Yeah. Thanks again.
Congratulations.
Well, it was from behind the blind. Two of them came from behind the blind around this brush pile. They were making their way towards the decoys here, and they were pretty much lined up neck and neck between each other, you know. I mean, I could have had two in one shot.
Did they call you just so you can come have your picture taken?
I guess so.
So we got to give a quick shout out to the landowner on this hunt. His name is Tom. And I've actually got to give a shout out to all of our landowners, because if it wasn't for their generosity, then we wouldn't be able to take kids on this hunt, whether it's a turkey hunt or it's a moose hunt. What they give to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation allows us to do what we do. So I've just got to give a quick thank you. And if you're out there and you want to get involved and contribute, all you got to do is head over to our website. You guys need to stick with us because we've got a hunt coming up that I promise you, it's not going to disappoint. It's the heartfelt story of a young man named Gabe who's going to do whatever it takes to get himself a mule deer. Stick with us. Dreammakers will be right back. These dreams were made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Engelstad Foundation, and Shields. If you've got a question, we've got an answer. This is Dreammakers Q&A. All right, this Q&A comes to us from Michael from New York. He says, seems like you guys let your recipients use a lot of gear. Where do you get all the gear that they use? Good question, Michael. The answer is that we get a lot of our stuff donated to us from various companies that want to help out. Whether it's guns, camo, or any other hunting supplies, we get a lot of stuff given to us in order to give it to the recipients to improve their hunt and overall experience. Michael, that's a heck of a question, and thank you for asking it. If you're out there and you've got a question, all you've got to do is head on over to our Facebook page or our website and feel free to ask us anything you wish. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Well, welcome back to Dreammakers, everybody. Now we're still in North Dakota, and we're actually going to be transitioning from turkey to mule deer. And this next recipient on deck, I am super excited to tell you a story. I've been wanting to for a while. His name is Gabe, and he has some physical limitations. But let me tell you something, he doesn't let it slow him down at all. He's very determined, and he's excited to get out there and hunt some mule deer.
I'm Gabriel Brazo, I'm 13. I like hunting. I've been hunting for probably 3 years, and it's a lot more fun than school. I was born with spina bifida, and I can't walk without being supported by something, and I don't have as much balance as I want, so I haven't been able to go hunt the way I'd like to do it. I got signed up for Outdoor Adventure Foundation, and they took me on a pheasant hunt in South Dakota, and I was able to drive around and shoot pheasants in the Ranger, because my condition doesn't let me walk around like everybody else does. And hopefully that's what I do today.
Something very important to consider about these hunts is how therapeutic it is for these kids, to give them something to look forward to. You know, something to keep them going, keep their minds off of trouble they might be having.
Outdoor Adventure Foundation opportunities Gabriel's had have been amazing for his morale. Last year he started having a turn for the worse in his balance and mobility. We've got that straightened out now, but it was the pheasant hunt from last fall that really kind of ramped him up into getting better and stronger, and then the opportunity that he's got today and this weekend for this deer hunt has really been pushing him in his therapies to make sure he can get up and get going and try and keep up best he can. You know, he does what he can do, and so grateful to the foundation for being able to bring us here.
So Gabe is going to be going out for his first mule deer buck. And let me tell you something, North Dakota is a great place to do it. It's got wide open spaces, a lot of country, and also a lot of mule deer. All Gabe's got to figure out is what kind of buck he's looking for.
What type of buck are you looking for?
The biggest one on the planet.
Yeah, the biggest one on the planet.
So Gabe is going to be hunting at a very special ranch. It's called the 4K Ranch, and they've done a lot for the Outdoor Adventure Foundation in the past. Elk hunts and mule deer hunts. And the guide on this hunt, his name is Logan Kostelecki. And if you've seen any episodes of Dreammakers in the past, you know all about Logan. He's actually a previous recipient himself, and he's one heck of a guide.
Well, we're here again at the 4K Ranch with John and Logan Kostelecki, our host for the hunt here. And we're all meeting here for the first time, and it's Matt and our hunter Gabriel Brazil here. And so thank you, John.
Yep, you're welcome.
We're excited to be here as always. Yep. We always know how much fun we've had and with elk hunts and deer hunts, and for you guys to host us, and our guide Logan here. He's our mountain man.
Gabe.
And this is Gabriel.
Good to meet you, Gabe. We appreciate you having us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
We're all excited to go out and on this hunt, and we're going to be using Logan's special gun right here. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor with a suppressor on it. That kind of excited. It doesn't really spook the game like most big game rifles do, that with the big crack bangs. So let's get to her.
Let's get to it. Let's do it.
So now when you're hunting in North Dakota, there's gonna be a lot of wide open country. You're gonna be on the move a lot and you're gonna be covering a lot of ground. So for Gabe's situation, they're gonna have to figure out a way that he can be mobile, cover a lot of ground, and hopefully find a big old mule deer buck.
Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The North Dakota Game and Fish gave me a permit to shoot from a vehicle because my condition doesn't allow me to walk around as much as I'd like to.
So the guys are driving around for the evening hunt and they spot this buck, and he's a pretty decent deer.
He's just gonna go behind a hill right now. Yep.
So they're gonna have to take off in the truck and try to head him off.
Did you get a good look at him?
Yeah, I got a good look at him and looks bigger than the deer I saw yesterday.
Perfect. So unfortunately the buck gives him the slip, but that's okay, because they're in what I like to call the mobile blind. They just park that truck up on the hill and they sit there and they start seeing a whole bunch of game. And he even gets to watch a little mule deer tussle. These dreams were made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Ingolstadt Foundation, and Shields. So now Gabe's been seeing a lot of action, but nonetheless, they're gonna switch the plan up a little bit. They're gonna ditch the truck and they're gonna head out in the side-by-side. And this is gonna allow them to get back in the country, way back in the country. So the guys are doing some glassing and they look in a different direction and boom, right there is a pretty decent buck. He's hot on the trail of some does. The only problem is he's a little too far away. So Gabe and Logan are watching this buck and he starts heading up over the hill. He takes his girls and he's out of there. But that's okay, because they hit the gas on the truck and they're gonna try to head him off. The chase is just getting started. So they come up over the hill and they actually beat this mule deer, but they gotta get Gabe set up for when he pops out. And sure enough, he shows up right there in all his glory, but Gabe can't get on him quick enough for a shot. So Gabe takes the ethical route and he lets him peek the hill, put on a show, but he's gone. Out of nowhere from behind him, his buddy pops out, and he's a pretty nice mule deer buck too. But Gabe is dead set on that first heavy horn deer, so he's gonna let this one pass. And they're continuing the chase. So the guys get back on this deer and he's down in a gully. Now on one side is Dave Lip, the cameraman, and on the other side is Gabe and Logan. And this buck is running perfectly through the middle to where they just can't quite see him yet. But Dave, he can definitely see him, so he's signaling and he's trying to let them know that the buck is down there. Now obviously they can't take the shot because it wouldn't be safe. Dave is directly on the other side of the buck. But as soon as that buck clears and it gets safe, Dave can't seem to control himself. He's gotta let these guys know that that buck's there. So he starts yelling and screaming.
Right over here! He's here!
But unfortunately the buck takes off and he's gone again. So the guys don't end up getting a shot at this deer at this particular moment, but they actually go on to kill the buck. Now unfortunately, due to Gabe's situation, we couldn't get the kill shot on camera. But I gotta tell you something. That is not what hunting should be about. It should never be just about the kill. It's all about the experience and getting out in the outdoors and having fun. And I gotta tell you something. I don't think anybody enjoyed it more than Gabe.
That was a poke. 290 yards. Congrats.
Thanks. That's awesome, man.
Congrats, Gabe.
Oh. Look at the size of that guy.
Wow.
Oh, man. That's crazy. I've never shot any that big, Gabriel. That's, it's gonna look awesome on the side of your wall.
Yeah.
I can't be more appreciative for everybody that's helped us get this done for Gabriel. It was a great first buck for him. The motivation he got from knowing he could come and do this has been so great to keep him moving forward and everything, all his therapies and his doctoring and everything. And now to look forward to another trip in the future is just more to come. He's gonna do so much better because of it.
I want to thank Outdoor Adventure Foundation. This was an awesome trip. This is my first buck, and I'm really excited. I love to hunt, and I'm so happy that I can hunt now, and this is awesome for my first deer.
So something to consider is that as humans, we all have things that hold us back from doing stuff. But what is important is if you let it hold you back. They're only restrictions if you make them restrictions. Now I gotta tell you, I am super proud of our recipients because each and every one of them never lets the things that hold them back hold them back. And I'm very proud to be a part of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. I never stop being surprised by everybody that's involved in making these hunts happen. Now, if you're out there and you want to get involved in the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, all you got to do is reach out. We would love to hear from you, and we'd love to have you join our team. My name's Johnny Piazza, and I want to thank you for watching this episode of Dream Makers. Now, if you're out there, cut it. All right, so there's a big debate out there about whether you should or shouldn't. Okay. All right, so our hunter Bret has just been ambushed by 2 turkeys, and he's got a decision to make. Is he gonna kill them, or are they gonna kill him?